Hey you guys, it's me Jemstone from www.tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is your monthly astrological reading for the month of April, and this is for the Scorpios. Now, I'm going to be doing your finances first like usual, then moving on to your love cards, whether you are in a relationship or single, and then I'm going to be doing your spiritual cards, but your spiritual cards are going to be coming from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck, and the rest of your reading I'll be using the New Age Tarot, which I was gifted 2 days ago, and I've been playing with the cards and I really like them. So I decided to use them for you guys. So your finances card, Scorpio, is the Hanged Man with the Lovers. Very interesting combination for work. Now, to me, the first thing that kind of comes to mind is that this could be a situation where you are engaged in some kind of partnership. This could be this could be it could be a relationship kind of partnership. It could mean a business partnership where you go into business with somebody that you're in a relationship with, but it also could be a situation where you guys might not be in a relationship at all, but this just might strictly be a business partnership. But with the Hangman coming up first, it's almost saying that you may have changed your mind on a business partnership. You may have maybe second thoughts, or maybe you're kind of mulling it over, thinking about it, but it's what I get from looking at these cards is that you might be changing your mind about a partnership. It could mean, the first thing that is making me feel is like you might be second guessing a partnership that you might already be in with somebody, or yeah, because it's almost like you want to make this sensible choice. Maybe you're just thinking to yourself, I'm just not really sure, like looking at the bigger picture, I'm not sure if this is going to work out or whether this is going to be the right thing to do. The other message that kind of comes through is that maybe this could even be a office romance. Like this could be somebody at your work that maybe even wants to be in a relationship with you, or you might have considered maybe taking things to the next step with this person, but the Hangman is saying maybe you're second guessing it, or you're not really acting on it. So it might be a case of maybe there is flirting going on, or maybe maybe you thought about it, but maybe you haven't actually put things into action where the two of you are actually in a relationship, for some of you guys. So, but it can go either way. It could mean that you either are second guessing being in a relationship with this person, or maybe you have decided to go for things. But I'm kind of feeling, I'm more feeling like it's the first way, like you're kind of, because the Hangman to me is like when you don't take action, is when you're still kind of mulling things over. Yeah, your perspective has changed, but it's like you're sort of in limbo. And so because of that, it's just making me think that maybe you could be just taking this time out, not really acting on things. Because again, I could kind of understand that, because if you're in a work environment, sometimes it's not the best idea to go with somebody that you work alongside, only because when in relationships can bring about drama. And if you work together, then it might mean that you have to see this person on a regular basis, and that can be quite difficult if you're having drama with this person. So it might be that. I'm also feeling like some people might have more than one person that is around them that might actually be interested in them at their workplace as well. So, or it could be that you have to make a choice between one person and another person too, and maybe that's why you're in limbo. Like, I don't know whether to go in this direction or that direction. For some of you guys, this might not have anything to do with a relationship at all, or this could even be representing maybe two choices that you have to make in terms of your work. So it might not be connected with a relationship. It could just mean two choices. Maybe you just feel pulled in either direction and you don't know which one to go down. Maybe there's one person that might be offering one opportunity, another person offering something else, or it could just be maybe two people just maybe even trying to influence you in some way in terms of your work and what you do. But it's almost like saying that people are interested in you this month, Scorpio. It's like people are just like, they want you. Maybe you're just that good at what you do that people are just like, yeah, like, I want that guy to do this, like, for me, or work for me, or to do the, and then you just might be torn and not knowing what to do, and you're a bit like, oh no, should I move this way, should I move that way? And because you're torn, you're just like the hangman. You've just decided, okay, I'm just gonna dangle here. I'm not gonna make a choice. I'm not gonna take a step forward. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna dangle from this tree and still think about things, and try and make a choice based on a sensible, well thought out decision that you've reached, which is a good thing. Sometimes it's not good to just rush, because I feel like for you just aren't prepared to rush into anything. You're really wanting to sort of take the time to just see, okay, what is the right thing for me to do. But it's so interesting because when you look at these cards, it's like he has hands coming from all different directions, and then these women are sort of holding on to him on either side. So that's what's making me think that you're going to be in demand this month, Scorpio. Like, people are needing you for things. So yeah, it might be a busy month for you. For those of you that are in relationships, you have some pretty nice cards. This is Two of Cups with the Fool. So again, this is sort of representing, the Two of Cups is all about partnerships, relationships, coming together in a partnership. It's different to the Lovers, which is sort of interesting. You have the Lovers and the Two of Cups. So maybe for some of you guys, relationships are really going to be coming forward. Like, it's going to be quite maybe important in the month of April for a lot of you Scorpios. And sort of the Two of Cups is sort of it's different to the Lovers, because the Lovers to me is more of a sort of maturer love. The Two of Cups can represent sort of a love with sort of younger people, or even if the people aren't necessarily very young people, it can mean sort of like a youthful kind of love. Like, that's just how I kind of look at this card in relation to the Lovers. And then the Fool again is like some kind of new beginning, adventure, excitement, some kind of risk being taken, some kind of a fresh outlook on a relationship that is coming through. So again, for some of you guys, this could be a new partnership where you're just sort of getting to know each other. This could be a partnership where you decide to maybe do something together, where you guys can bond, have a good time with each other. And again, it's like there's a carefreeness with these cards. And what I like in these cards is, if you can see here, is like the man and the woman, they only have like their underwear on, but they don't have much else on. And to me, I that kind of signifies just being yourself, being around somebody that really accepts you for who you are. It's like there's no airs and graces, there's no pretense. It's like you're really making yourself vulnerable to this person, they're making themselves vulnerable to you because you trust this person. So it's and then on top of that, which I just noticed as well, you have a what do they call them little things? Four-leaf clover, that's it, which represents good luck and good fortune. So and then with the rainbow, like, there's a lot of positive omens in this card, because so it's, to me, it's almost saying like a relationship is going to be really going really, really well for some of you guys. Like, it's going to be going really well. And with the Fool, it's like, again, things are very light-hearted, and I really see with both of these cards that there's a trust between the two of you guys. Like, the Fool also represents an element of trust as well, because the Fool is brave enough to just go out into the world and to just be who he is and learn along the way. And again, there's a trust involved in that process as well. He trusts that things are going to be all right. He trusts that he's going to be okay on his journey, even though he has like the minimal amount of resources and equipment or anything with him. But there is a trust there that he has, that he's going to take this step and everything is going to be okay. And so again, I really feel that this is a partnership where the two people just they have that aspect about themselves and within each other that can see this relationship be really, really positive, a really healthy relationship. So for those of you that are single, you have the Knight of Cups and you have the Seven of Wands. Very interesting combination. The Knight of Cups could represent you, Scorpio, because yeah, cups represent sort of Scorpio, all the water signs. And so to me it's like almost signifying that the seven of wands is sort of when you are kind of guarded, you're protective of yourself. You it's almost like the card where it's like you put in the hard work but you don't want anyone to take it or destroy it, but then when it shows up in a relationship situation it's saying that you're not letting somebody else in. It's so interesting that to me it's like the first cards when it came to those of you in relationships, it's saying, you know, this relationship where there's a lot of trust, whereas with the seven of wands it's like there isn't any trust. Like this person doesn't trust other people to come up, and because it's almost like he feels like they are going to do something he doesn't want them to do, or maybe overstep the boundary or something like that. And so it's quite a defensive kind of card. So to me it's kind of saying, maybe for some of you guys that have been in relationships, maybe that's how you're going to be in April. Maybe this is a time where you're just like, you know what, I just don't really want to bother with other people. And maybe again it might be a trust issue. Maybe you've gone through some experiences that have made you not want to fully trust or fully open up yourself to a relationship right now at this time. For some of you guys, when I look at this card, it can also be maybe you're a bit, maybe you're even torn. Like it might be a case of you do want love to a certain extent, because with the Knight of Cups it could be saying that yeah, you do want to open yourself up, you do want to be vulnerable, you do want to connect with somebody. But then with the seven of wands, um especially in this card, you can see some of them have their hands out, some of them have their hands down, which is kind of making me think, you know, the hands up is sort of pushing people away, but the hands down is like letting people in. So maybe there's this sort of conflict that you're going through within yourself, where a part of you wants to let people in, but then a part of you is like, no, I don't want you to get too close. And that can be kind of, it can be a challenging kind of thing, because you might find that you do want to be with somebody, you may even find someone, but because of that kind of conflict, you might, even if you were in a relationship, you might still push that person away, because again it's like you can't fully let yourself trust, you can't fully let that person fully in to your life. And so maybe those are things that you kind of have to work through before, you know, you can really be in that partnership with somebody else. Because it's like when you look at the clouds here, it's like they're stormy kind of clouds, they kind of they kind of look quite harsh, like kind of clouds, like the rain is about to start when I look at those clouds. And so it's a bit of like a harsh energy that you might be kind of dealing with. But whereas, you know, with the Knight of Cups, it's like it's more of a pleasant kind of energy. But it's like it's almost saying that if you could sort of just learn to sort of put that boundary down a bit, it's like you'll be so much happier for it. But I can definitely understand that it can be kind of difficult to put that boundary down in the first place, and it definitely takes time, because you know, sometimes it's not necessarily somebody that may have directly hurt you that you're in a relationship with, but sometimes these can be things that, you know, you learn from the time that you were very young and you've always carried with you, and it's just been difficult for you to kind of release, which is something that I can definitely relate to. So, you know, all of that stuff, it kind of really does take time. And then on top of that, it's like you have to really find someone like I was saying with those of you that are in relationships, the way your cards look, it's like you really have to find someone that you do really trust, and that can really trust you in order for that boundary to fall down. So again, it's a process and it takes time. So yeah, those are the cards for the singles. Now for all of you guys, you have, which one came first? I think it's this one. You have Destiny as your first card, then you have Faith as your second card. And to me it's like these cards together quite interesting, because the Destiny card is not connected with any chakras because it's gray, but this one is connected with the crown chakra. So it's saying that to have faith that everything is going to be okay for you, to have faith that again, you for those of you that have that boundary up, have faith that you can meet people that you can really trust. Have faith that you can meet people that will really be sort of loving and kind to you, that will allow you to be able to trust them, and they can do the same for you. It's saying that having faith is a part of your destiny, in terms of your destiny is mapped out based on the choices that you choose to make. And as you can see here, it's like you have one person dressed in white, one person dressed in black. So it's almost like talking about the two different paths that your life can take based on where you're at now and the choices that you make now. And it's almost like saying that if you have the faith to be able to believe that you're going to be carried through of any challenging situations, of anything that tends to hold you back or whatever, you can move forward. As you can see here, it looks like they have amethyst, and amethyst is a crystal that I love. I'm drawn to amethyst. I'm almost addicted to amethyst. There's something about it that I just love. And amethyst is a highly spiritual crystal as well. It's a really great crystal to work with when you're on a spiritual journey. So this card might be indicating that this might be a really good time for you to work with amethyst, because and it's a calming kind of crystal as well, which is really nice. And yeah, it's really good to work with it for you to connect with the crown chakra. So I feel like it's almost saying, if you work with amethyst, amethyst could actually help you to build that aspect of yourself where you do have more reassurance in the higher realms protecting you and guiding you, because this might be a time where maybe you sort of question the guidance of those higher beings. Maybe you are kind of feeling like, you don't really feel that you have the extra support that you should, in terms of the universe supporting maybe the things that you want to do, or the things that you've experienced in your life. Maybe you haven't really felt as sort of safe and secured, or feel like you can really maybe even depend on angels or guides or anything like that. And I feel like it's saying that if you work with amethyst, it'll kind of reconnect you with those beings, and you might feel a greater sense of support. Because when I look at this card, it's almost like those beings are saying that I'm there with you, and I am trying to help you and support you. But again, you have to have the faith to believe in me and trust in me also. And what's interesting is all these spirits are coming out of the amethyst. So it really shows, how amethyst really does connect us with the spirit and connects us with our higher selves, with that crown chakra energy. So do work with those cards, because it's almost those cards, those crystals, because I feel like it's saying that your destiny can really be mapped out by the choices that you make now. And if you have the faith to really move forward, then you can make the choice that is best for you, and that in the end can give you the results that will give you the destiny that you want to have for yourself. So yes, those are those crystals. And I just feel guided now to like show you my amethyst. You guys might have seen it before, but I really love it. I keep it next to my window. I like looking at them. Like, even when people are talking about them and I see them, it's like just by looking at them, like even the way you are now, you can sort of feel the power of it. Like, you can feel its influence. It's not as dark as when I first bought it, because what I find is when you keep your crystals next to a window for a long period of time, the sunlight tends to sort of make the color fade in the crystal, so it's not as dark as it used to be. But I still love it loads. Oh, I love amethyst so much, and I always get tempted to buy more, like constantly. But that piece is the one that always stays next to my window, and this piece is a very small one that I use when I do massage. When I do stone massage, I use this one to put as the crown chakra stone. So yes, really pretty. So get yourself some. If you don't have an amethyst already, get yourself an amethyst cluster, amethyst piece, or a piece of jewelry that has amethyst on it. I have my amethyst ring that I wear sometimes. So yes, I'll see you guys. Bye.